welcome back to video reviews, and we're going to start off, we'll continue this line here. We got Eagle first, but we have gotten the other two Machine Robo Series figures from Action Toys that have been released. This here is Machine Robo Series 02 Rod Drill. He was known as Screwhead, I believe, in the original GoBots line. And he's a little drill tank, and he's pretty cool. He comes in the same kind of packaging here. I realize that doesn't really show up that well, but it's a little thinner than Eagle Robo's package. Just because it's, I don't know why this one was so bulky, but yeah, anyway, so he's a little drill tank here. And I was looking at him, and I was like folding him up, and I'm like, he's got treads on the top of him, and it was kind of baffling me. And then I realized that if you're a drill tank and you're drilling through a hole, having treads on the top would be advantageous, although these little pieces would kind of keep them from making contact, I would think. But yeah, treads on the top makes sense. This is with the long drill attached. You get two drills. One is this very long, pointy drill here, and also a shorter drill that doubles as his face. So yeah. Just a quick comparison with the other two in vehicle mode here. Here he is with Battle Robo, and here he is with Eagle Robo. So yeah, there's the three that are out all together, and we'll get into, we'll do some robot mode stuff at the end. So yeah, he comes with the same stand pieces that Eagle Robo does. Like here, again, here's all three of them hooked together. I'm gonna link this up a little bit so you can see them. So there's all three of the stands in hanger mode, attached together. They attach together at the base, but you can do all sorts of crazy builds with these things. I showed off the kind of ramp configuration in the Eagle Robo review. I'm not gonna break these down and reconfigure them in every video because it's the same basic set of parts. The only difference that you're seeing here between these is the various connectors that allow the robots to attach to the base. I will show that off with Rod Drill here. But he comes with this little gray piece here. Oh, let's pop the whole thing off. Just this little gray piece, which will plug in under his waist part, but we'll show it. But you do get the hanger parts with all of the figures. I'm going to transform him. You just want to pop this off on the ball joint, and you can attach the head. And that's what he looks like with the short drill. So yeah, I'm going to transform him. You just come up here, pop these feet up like this, and fold this panel in. Untab his hands. They're holding his tonfa weapons here. You can transform him with these attached. But you want to unpeg him from the tread here. And then this whole assembly will... Oh, wait, you got to unplug the back. Unplug the back first. Now the instructions say bring these down, rotate these gray pieces around like that. The instructions say that these have to be in a very particular position to get around the thigh. Like to kind of rotate them out like this. But the instructions also have you attach the legs together before you fold them up for tank mode. And I've found that if you clip them together after going to tank mode, it's a lot easier. So go ahead and unclip these before going back to robot mode. Because when they're individually and when they're separated, it's a lot easier to get these pieces around the knee versus trying to do them both at the same time with these attached. So you bring the legs down, flip the front feet up, fold this in, bring it down here, and there's a little tab here that tabs into this side piece here. There you go. Snap that in like that, and then this piece becomes a rotating heel. So he's on a ball joint here, so you've got ankle tilt on both the front and back part of the leg, which is nice. And same on this side. Bring this down and around, fold it in, tab it into place, and then flip the heel up. And there are the legs done. Bring them around like this. The arms untab from right here. Open up. Bring them around. Bring them around. There's his hands. There he is in robot mode. He does have these kind of punchy, bladey, laser shooting weapons that plug onto his arm. You can take them off. You can leave them off and not transform them at all. They just peg in underneath the arm, and there's a couple little tabs that go up into this slot up here to make a really solid connection. But since you can transform them with or without them, I tend to just leave them on. This connector piece right here, like I said, just plugs in. There's a little tab inside there. It just kind of plugs into his crotch, the back of his waist like this. And then that will allow you to attach him to the stand, just like that. Poseability-wise, he's actually pretty good. He's got ball joint head. It's a little limited due to the collar and the shape of the nose cone, but he can look, well, mostly down. He can look up a little bit. He's got a little bit of crunch there at the shoulder. He's got a hinge up. Should be a hinge up. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay. I thought that hinged up a little bit. But a ball joint at the shoulder. He's got no bicep swivel, but he's got a hinge here and a ball joint in the elbow, which can rotate it. I don't believe he has wrist swivels. I think they're all one solid piece. Let's take this off. Nope, no wrist swivel, and let's not risk snapping it. So yeah. He's got a ball joint at the waist, so he can ab crunch and rotate. He does have ball joints at the hip. This little red piece does rotate forward a little bit, as you can see, to allow the legs to come forward, but not very much. Backwards there, I mean, you can fold them all the way up against his back, but this little piece gets in the way. Somebody suggested cutting out right here along these little groove lines, and that would give him a lot more articulation if you wanted to do that. Some people have managed to, I think this is just on with friction. You can just pop that waist piece off if you want, but it does limit his forward leg articulation a little bit. Knees, double hinge knees. There's a hinge down there right there in the die-cast leg, and then a hinge up above it, and then of course the ball joints at the feet and ankles. So he's really solid. He's actually a fairly nicely designed figure, and semi-posable. Actually, semi-posable, pretty posable is what I meant to say. Just like that. And just as a quick size comparison with the other guys, here he is with Eagle Robo and Battle Robo. He is the smallest of the three that are currently released. Bike Robo, from what I remember in pictures that we've seen online of some of the prototypes, I think Bike Robo is actually going to be about his size when he eventually releases. But there you go. There's a chance to see all three of them together here in robot mode, and we'll do Battle Robo. Will be the next one up. So yeah, very cool little set of toys. Neat customizable bases here that come with all of them. I'll just kind of hang those in there real quick. Like I said, a lot of different configurations, and like I said, the more of these bots you get, the more hanger parts you get, the more intricate hangers you can build, and so on and so forth. I haven't messed around with a lot of multiple hanger set configurations yet. I've just had them in the hanger thing with the robots standing on them, which is unimaginative, I admit, but you know. And just with some other variations and toys lines and things, just to give you an idea. Let's move these back a little bit. So we got some room here. Bring the camera up just a little bit. Refocus. Da-da-da. All right, so we already showed off Eagle Robo with the old Leader 1. Here is old G1 GoBot Scooter. This one right here. Nugget. So they're bigger than the old GoBots, but they're not significantly so. They're not like taking a G1 figure and G1 Sideswipe and putting them next to MP Sideswipe. Although speaking of MP Sideswipe, here they all are with him. So you can see, he's much larger than the rest of them. But yeah, that should give you a pretty good size comparison for just exactly where these guys fit in the scale chart. They're great toys. They're very well made. I'm having a lot of fun with them. I do think of the three that are out so far, I do think I like Battle Robo the best. But just so you know, they're all pretty solid toys. But there it is, Machine Robo 02 from Action Toys Rod Drill.